we go. Okay, so welcome. Thank you guys for coming. I'm so excited to have Stacey on today. Welcome, 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 and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun. I can't wait to chat with you about everything health.
Exactly. So bear with us for 1 sec. We're just going to make sure, there we go. Excellent. Okay, awesome. So Stacey, I'm so glad to have you on today. I want you to take it away with an intro.
Yeah, so I want to tell everyone how we got to meet, because you are one of the biggest gifts that came out of being in the Inspired Impact series, like the friendship. I love that I got to make such great friends with you and some of the other authors in Women Who Impact, which came out in 2018, I think. Were we in that book together? So we met as co-authors doing Women Who Impact. And I was a major Pilates fiend at that point, and I loved connecting with you, Lisa, because you were a Pilates instructor. So yeah, being in that book was really the start of an incredible journey for me. And I ended up founding my business, Lucky Girl Health, not too long after being in that book, or I should say right before being in the book. And Lucky Girl Health and Wellness is my baby, is my passion, is my my very beautiful new career. I used to be a teacher, and now I am all things health and wellness. So I'd love to talk today about like some of the things that are going on with my business. And I see my daughter right outside the window. So yes, Emma, please step away, my love. Mommy's doing an interview now. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yes.
Welcome to the
So
new world
quarantine life. She's
I
like,
know.
I want to play on my iPad. So come around. This is real life, right? Come around.
Completely.
Come around, Emma. Come get your iPad. Come in. Hurry up, please. Thank you. Go under there. Pull out your iPads.
I actually sent my husband a text to remind him that I was doing some recording down here, because yeah, I'm sure there'll be someone coming in for something at some point.
Anyway, okay. I think
it's multitasking at its best. Multitasking at its best, for sure.
It is.
And that's the thing. So many of us were already used to, doing certain things from home. Well, like many of us, if we've had a business that was online before, so we're used to doing like certain tasks at home, having the laptop life, pajama pants on the bottom, all that jazz. But yeah, then mix in family life and everything else. It's beautiful and it's amazing, and it's there's a lot of new things, right?
Yeah.
And as we're talking about recently, like just the new roles of suddenly, well, for you were a teacher, but I was not a teacher. So doing this whole at-home distance, but not, the day does not need to be ruined because of these societal pressures that say we need to get, you know what I mean? So it's quite a roller coaster of just like making it work day by day.
So such a good word. That's my word, is like roller coaster. And some days I'm like really high and everything feels good and I feel like I've got it all together. And then the next day I am just like struggling, and like I'm embracing every day wherever it is that I am at. Like there's just no really right way to do this. So we're doing our best. And I feel really blessed. I really do, because I can work from home and my husband works from home. So thank God we both have our jobs still. So I really don't have a lot to complain about, but it's a lot to manage for sure, trying to rebrand. So I just rebranded Lucky Girl Health and Wellness. So like this was in the works for a while. I wanted to rebrand and sort of have a relaunch. And the timing was just really messy because quarantine kind of hit right at the time when I was about to launch all this stuff. So I kind of waited and said, this is not a good time. And everybody's struggling and trying to just figure out what's up and what's down, like not a good time to rebrand. And then, you know what? I was like, I need to just go ahead and do it, because there's never going to be the perfect time, and I'm ready. And so I recently, I've been working with Margaret Cogswell. I have to do a shout out to Margaret because she's so incredible. And she is someone who is also
There's some
involved with
more of Margaret's work, all of
beautiful
the
covers
book,
of
right? All the
books.
covers. Yep.
And she helped me kind of take my vision for all these different angles of health that I was coaching women on, but to really streamline it for me on my website so that anyone who comes to the site can kind of see the journey that if you become a client of mine is possible for you, because I work with lots of women. So I work with women who are in their, like, say 35 and older. And most of my clients are women who are feeling stuck. They are either feeling stuck with their body, they're feeling stuck with their mind, they're feeling bogged down with emotional heaviness. So I like to say I work with women who want to lose physical or emotional weight, and who want, like, have this desire to live, you know, more exciting, happy, joyous, healthy, sort of like a turned on, exciting life. So that's basically the type of woman that I work with, although I have in the past worked with men too. But
the
I love
website
my
looks
site
fantastic,
because,
by the
yeah, it
way. It
kind of
looks
shows
amazing.
everyone, you know, these are the ways that you could work with me based on where you're feeling stuck. If it's in your body, if it's in your mind, if it's in your energetic center. So I hope everyone will check it out at the end of the, this Facebook Live and just see if anything looks interesting to you.
And it's luckygirlhealth.com.
Yes.
And yes, you should definitely head there and sign up for Stacey's newsletter. And there's a freebie there, like a great recipe, and definitely get on her list, because just hearing about more of the tools that you have to offer. And especially now, like as you were saying, with the roller coaster, you know, meditation, being able to come into your body and be in the moment, like any different meditation tools that we have right now are exponentially helping, right?
So
And
helpful. Yeah. And so that's kind of what I wanted to share with everyone today. So one of the modalities that I was certified in a year ago is called holographic memory resolution. We'll call it HMR because that's just easier to say. But HMR is a really incredible modality. It's integrative, it's very gentle, and it helps you if you are someone who's feeling like you have a lot of heavy energy stuck in the body. It helps to release some of that energetic heaviness, and it works on your memory. It works to resolve memory-based pain that's actually stored in the physical body. So I wanted to share a guided meditation today with everybody that is really great for anxiety. And I would bet that most of us today, if it's not this day, maybe by tomorrow, we'll be feeling some level of, you know, anxiety around the uncertainty that we're all feeling with life as we know it. So it'll take maybe 5 to 10 minutes if anybody wants to join in. And so I'm going to lead you through this. And again, it's called HMR, and you can learn about this modality on my website, luckygirlhealth.com. And there's a lot more information about it. If you really love it and you want to like learn more about it, there's info on the site how you can just learn more. So this is one of the techniques that I use with groups when doing HMR, but HMR can also be done individually.
which we did last summer. Summer now. Yeah. And I was like blown away. We can talk about that later, but yeah. So that's why I was so excited to have you come on and share this with everyone, because I was shocked at how much of a way it was to just get into that intuition. And it was a really different meditation than I before. And it was just amazing. And you were so calming, and just your voice, when you send me voice messages, I honestly, there have been times when I've just felt like I'm like able to just put my head on your shoulder, seriously, because you just have this calming nature. So I'm excited. So are we going to do that one now?
Let's do it right
okay,
now.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I want to invite everybody, you and everybody watching or watching back later, to just get into a comfortable position right now. If you have your computer screen up, like maybe just like push it away a little bit, or just sort of get yourself comfortable wherever it is that you are. If you want to move to a couch, or you can move to the floor, close your eyes where you are, but just kind of like get grounded and take a couple of deep breaths. Just start to notice your breath. Take another nice deep inhale in through the nose. And let it out. We find going through our days, especially now, it's so easy to get caught up in our minds and the activity in our homes, whatever we're dealing with. So this is a really beautiful way to just get back to the body. And HMR is a very body centered modality. So now that you're nice and relaxed, I would like to invite you to think of a beautiful place, a safe place, a secure place in nature, either real or imagined, that you love. It might be a farm, it might be a mountain, it might be a forest, it might be the beach, it could be your childhood bedroom, a place where you feel really safe and secure. And invite all your senses to be there with you now in that place. So look around, notice what you see. Invite your ears to notice whatever sounds are around you, either close by or in the distance. And invite your nose to see if there's any smell where you are. And then I want to ask you, as you look around this beautiful, safe scene that you've created for yourself, is there a favorite color or colors that you see? Just look around and see what color or colors you like the most. And invite that color into your body. Breathe in that color and allow it to move through every part of you. Every cell, every tissue, every muscle, every bone in your body, absorbing that beautiful color. And then I want to invite you, now that you're feeling really calm and relaxed, to think about any recent turmoil or tension or stress you've been going through, any kind of anxiety you've been feeling lately. And I want you to just tune into that feeling of tension or anxiety or stress, and notice where you feel it in your physical body when you think about it. You may feel it in your chest or in your gut. You may feel it in your shoulders or in your back. Just take notice of where it's stored in the body. And then I want to ask you to see if you can take all those feelings of anxiety and stress and turmoil, everything you're feeling in that part of your body, and remove it from your body now, placing it a bit of a distance away from you. Imagine taking all those feelings of anxiety and worry, placing them in front of you so that you can see them. And for some people, they see these big emotions. They might see it as a pile of something. You may see it as a hole in the ground. It might be a lake. There's no right or wrong. Just allow yourself to see all those feelings of anxiety or stress. And then what I'd like to ask is, like, what would you like to do with that pile? How would you like to get rid of it? Anything goes. You can invite your spiritual self, your higher power, to come in and remove all that anxiety for you. You may want to bury it in the ground. You may want to send it into outer space. You may want to burn it and create a fire and burn up all that stress. You might want to dump it off a cliff or send it into the ocean. Some people like to do this next part, and you don't have to. You could just stay with that visualization of getting rid of all that worry. But for some people, they like to invite into this scene now any person, any event from the past, any system or institution that contributed to all that anxiety or stress that you're now giving away. And you can take a little part of it and give it back to the person who created it, the person who contributed to it. So you can imagine that, if that feels good, giving a little bit of that pile to whoever contributed to it. Give it back. And watch it disappear, watch it vanish away. All of those feelings that you no longer carry. And I want you now to pick a color or colors that you want to bring into the body in that particular area where you felt that stress and that tension. What color can you bring there now to replace all those yucky feelings with? Allow the color to come to you. There's no right or wrong answer, but you know the colors that you need. You know, your body knows. And then bring that color into the body. Breathe it in. You can imagine it as light. You can imagine it as water. And bring it into the body, especially into that place where you felt all those feelings the most. And so this is energy replacement is what we're doing. When we release the feelings, the stress, we have to replace it with something else. And that's what you're doing. And just breathe in that beautiful color. You might feel some tingling. You might have some kind of visualization happening right now as you're replacing all that stress with your healing color. Just notice what comes up for you. And some people have trouble with accessing color, so breathing it is one way. Imagining you're under a waterfall of that color is another way. Imagine you're stepping into a puddle of that color and the color absorbs into your feet and moves all the way up into every part of your body till it reaches the crown of your head. However you can access your color is perfect. And what we always end a session with, this was a mini session, but what we always end with is a final color to anchor in this release. So what's a final color that you can use today to kind of frame this experience in, to sort of lock it in? Invite that color now into your body and allow it to penetrate every cell. And whenever you're ready, you can take your time slowly. You're gonna bring movement into your fingers and toes and come back into this room. Reconnect with where you are and you can open your eyes.
That was awesome. That was really nice. That was really relaxing.
How do you feel? Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us as well in the comments if you took part in that meditation. Well, you can ask if there's specific questions, but let us know in the comments if you did that. I feel like I want to just lay down now, go get my Pilates equipment and go lay down
Yeah.
on the reformer. Um, so
Yeah.
good. Like you, again, just so crisp and clear. And it's really interesting to just let your mind go to that color, and it just feels like such a powerful tool. And especially when you said, you know, you can even try the putting the feet on the ground and letting the color come up from there. And I'm the type of person that if I get like too many ideas and I really need to ground, so that would, using it that way,
Mm.
would be a really good way to incorporate it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the colors actually have values. So, you know, color is very personal, obviously, and everybody has a different idea of what is a calming color and what is not. And there's no right or wrong to this, but Brent Baum, who is the developer of holographic memory resolution, the genius behind this modality, he's worked with so many people. And over time, he has provided a list for all of us practitioners so that we can share with our clients what the colors mean that they used in their visualizations. And I always find the colors so fascinating. So one of my colors,
To do with chakras, or is it totally different? Or
some of them do. Some of them might overlap with the chakra colors. Like blue is freedom and self-expression for sure. So like that's one that everyone who knows the throat chakra would understand that. And yes, same with violet, intuition and vision and third eye. But
okay.
like yellow, which is normally we'll think of like the solar plexus, right? That chakra in HMR, if you use yellow, it means joy and happiness, and especially with relationships.
Oh, okay. That yellow
Yeah.
came in the second part of the meditation.
Ah, so it was like
Yellow.
probably happiness or joy,
Yeah.
replacing those feelings of angst or whatever it was that you were releasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the colors are really interesting. We even have black on this list where some people will associate black with like a bad memory. A lot of children, when you ask them who have heavy trauma past, like you ask them to color pictures, they'll color black and red pictures. But in these frequencies, black actually means like absolute and calm and elegant. So it's always so interesting for my clients to like get that list of the colors and be like, what did this mean? And why did I use this? And they may resonate with you, they may not, but this is sort of like collection of data over like 150,000 memories, the way that people intuit their colors that actually end up having these amazing values to them and these frequencies, these meanings. And
Mhm.
color is very healing. So like what I just did with you, you could do any time that you're feeling stressed out or anytime you have like a headache. HMR is great for physical pain and emotional pain. So you can really use this easy color replacement idea like any time that you're going about your day and you're like super stressed out. Just figure out where is it in my body that I'm feeling it.
Mhm.
Close your eyes, imagine getting rid of it, and then replacing it with whatever color comes to you. So you can do it on yourself at any point.
Okay. Oh, that's really cool. Because again, it's the more tools we have to be in the moment and learn to calm and relax anxiety, relax tension. It's definitely it's so needed, right? And sometimes, yeah, just hearing it in a different way, or being
Yeah.
able to, yeah, make sense of it, for sure, for sure. I had always said from the one of the sessions we did last summer, I was blown away at how much your guidance really brought me into that intuitive side in my body.
Mm-hmm.
So I find I can be very intuitive, but sometimes I just, it works better when I have a bit of, I don't know, guidance. Like I'm in
Yeah.
that stage of still. And and I can remember when we did it, an area in my foot had come very aware, and I remember seeing it as like this white oval.
Yeah.
And then a month later, I happened to have like one of those heel spurs, plantar fasciitis going on. And they just happened to put the ultrasound wand over that area. And they realized I actually had a cyst right there in the ankle that I did not know I had.
Incredible.
You know what I mean? And so it just, again, it just, when the body speaks, it's that learning to listen and learning to, some of
Yeah.
hear 10 million times, but just it's said in, that whole, when you're ready, the teacher will appear. And just sometimes, the way it's delivered to us just really hits you and it just sinks in. It's that aha moment for yourself. So I was really blown away by
Yeah.
that aspect of it.
Yeah. And it's all about you. Like a lot of my clients will say like, oh my God, Stacey, they make it about me. And I always say, no, this is really you. It's all about you and you tapping into your own ability to heal yourself. Like your body knows all of the stored trauma it's ever had. Like your body is, like they say that our body is 100% memory. So everything good or bad that's ever happened in your life is stored somewhere in your body. And for those of us who have had, especially highly sensitive, I find like people who are highly sensitive or empathic, we take on a lot of energy from those around us, and we carry and hold with us for our whole life lots of events and memories that are not ours. We just energetically absorb them. And so like it's incredible to me when I'm working with a client and they're like releasing these things and they're finding where they are in the body, and I give them all the credit. I mean, this is a modality for people who want to tap into their own inner healing abilities. And that's exactly what you did. Like you allowed yourself to communicate with your physical body, and it showed you where you had something that was heavy, that wasn't supposed to be there, that it didn't want there. And we reframed that. And then look at that. You found out a month later, there was actually physically something there. That's like proof of like how intuitive we all can be around our own bodies. We just often are moving so fast in our life. We don't make the time or really know how to get into our bodies. But that's why I love HMR, because it's so fast. Like we did a really quickie thing just now. And usually when I work one-on-one, it's like a 60-minute or a 90-minute session. And we really take our time and you get really relaxed. But your body is so incredible how it shows you where everything is stored. And then you're the one who reframes. You do all this emotional reframing work like you did today. Like you took all the stress and you got rid of it and then you replaced it. Like my clients are just, they're geniuses. Everyone that I work with, they know exactly how to heal themselves or how they need to see it to make their subconscious mind understand, okay, I'm safe now. That thing's over. Like I can update my mind now and be living in the present moment and no longer keep getting triggered by things that happened in the past. So I appreciate when you say like, I have a calming voice, and a lot of my clients say like, I'm like their safe place. Like I'm very good at holding space for people and loving people but it's really about, yes, the space holding, but like everyone can do this. We are just so equipped already to be able to heal ourselves. We just don't always know what to do. And sometimes we need a guide to kind of light the way, but like, you did that all on your own. So it's like,
Well, and for me, I found it was as well with the whole head injury, concussion stuff, like the things from where I was to how things got so much better, all better.
yeah,
I would say, there's so much of it does start with that thing in your mind where you have taken the time to decide that this is the way I respond to things, and I can make a choice to have better ways I'm responding, and I can make that choice to choose joy and to not settle, and not to say that you can just get rid of anything like that, but to be able to really pick apart baby steps that you can work on.
yeah,
And if you have to take it baby steps, so now I just need to apply it to this hip injury, because this hip injury is not going. So it is going on its way out, but I'm going to go hard on this stuff and really use it, because it's definitely still lingering to tell me something. And whether it's change tracks or this or that, that's what I think the head stuff really brought was, waking up to living life differently. And I mean, so many of us right now are having that opportunity to really take time to rethink certain things, right? Things are shaken up so much. You can really take the opportunity to reevaluate many things. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The giant pause we're all in now. Yeah. It is a time of reevaluation, and really, I think for a lot of people, when they can find the stillness amongst the roller coaster chaos, right? Like resetting and really figuring out, okay, what am I really missing from life pre now? Like what am I missing, and what can I just let go that was not serving me anyway, as
Yes.
we reemerge from this time? And hopefully that will be like sooner for a lot of us. It seems like we're heading in that direction soon. But I had to say really quickly, you said two things. One of the things with the concussions is a lot, Brent's work, this works really well for headaches and migraines. And his theory is that migraines are actually relives of the original first migraine. So people who have chronic migraines,
Mm-hmm.
if they could do an HMR session and reframe that very first migraine that they had, a lot of times he'll see people don't get those recurring migraines any longer. That is actually, it's memory-based pain from the original one that needs to be healed.
Yeah.
And so what was the other thing you said I was going to comment on? I can't remember it now, but that's another thing.
So that reminds me of even last night. We were sitting in this room where we had this fan we haven't had in a while, a ceiling fan. Okay. And when my head symptoms were really bad, I had a lot of the periphery stuff that would bother me. So I could not do ceiling fans, that movement in the periphery. And last night we had that on, and I sat there for a second. I said, oh, I need that. I have to turn that off because, it bothers my vision. I didn't say it out loud. I was thinking in my mind. And then I was like, no, wait a second. It used to bother it used to bother me. Let's just take a second now. I'm in this moment right now. Does this really bother me right now?
It's amazing.
And I mean, it takes training to get in that habit of dropping into the wait a second. And two, just being able to, sometimes I can get so, I have that like fierce, like independent, like fine, I'll do it myself. Like, I don't need your, and that, and I had an experience lately where I've started to feel those feelings, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to let this bother me. I'm just going to keep doing my work and get into it. And then I stopped myself and I said, no, this will bother me. It will come out in something in my body, whether it's a rash or my stomach will get upset or something. So deal with it right now. Recognize old patterns and what it really is that's triggering me, and face it, and be done with it. Face it, release it, be done with it. And what you said too about like getting rid of, this is a good time to release certain things and certain energies to make room for new. And I sometimes visualize like a video game or something where it's like you're trying to fit that thing in the one spot and won't fit, and sometimes you just get rid of that one piece and magically so many things fall into place.
Fall back into place. Yes. Yeah.
Which makes me think of your book club book,
The Four Agreements. We're going to be reading the Four Agreements soon. Yeah. So Lucky Girl Book Club is something that I love doing. It's like the old teacher in me that loves book discussions and creating safe spaces for women to just talk about real life, real stuff, like where we're struggling, where we desire to be, like what's holding us back. So the big four books that I rotate through in the year, but there's going to be some new ones. Oh, a bird just totally is flying at my window. A spirit guide is right here. Oh, I should have turned I don't know what kind of bird, but it just fluttered, and it sat, and then it took off. So that was incredible. We read some really, really good books. They are books meant to really help you break free of the conditioned mind, which is something that I work a lot with women on in all my coaching programs. But we're so heavily conditioned in how we think, and all the shoulds that are on our list. Like there's so much from our conditionings, from our families, and the influences around us. But The Four Agreements is one of the best books that I think. I love this book. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's really small. It's a cute little tiny book. And he wrote this book based on Toltec wisdom. So it's kind of like, ancient wisdom and ancient magic, and the way that the teachings of long ago that kind of got lost along the way, he brings them back. And they're really interesting agreements. So just a sneak peek for anyone who's maybe never read it, and probably a lot of people have read this, and it's the kind of book you could read like 10 times and like you keep reading it, you keep getting something new out of it, because like this stuff is so important and the reminders are so important. We tend to forget going through the motions of life, but to be impeccable with your word, not to take anything personally is the second agreement. Not to make assumptions, which I know I'm guilty of, is the third, and then always do your best. So it sounds really simple, but we have really good discussions about how these agreements, how we can use them in our life, or where we feel like they'd be really helpful for us, or how hard it is not to make assumptions, and that we are always making assumptions about everything. So we kind of like break down, you know, kind of a lot of the conditionings of the mind. And all the books that I teach or lead these study groups around are books meant to really inspire women to get out of those conditionings and really figure out who they are, what they believe in, what is meaningful to them. So they're all books about finding your inner knowing and learning how to rely more on your own inner wisdom versus what everyone else out there is saying and thinking and telling you should be doing and you should be thinking. So I love Lucky Girl Book Club. It's a really great way to like, you know, like dip a toe in if you're interested in some of the work that I do, because I do health coaching. I do a cleanse program, just if you need a reset with your body, with your diet. And I do goddess coaching, which is to help women really like with their inner knowing, like learn how to really connect to themselves and like turn themselves on. Because so many women are so disconnected. It's kind of like just what we've been taught is to just fit into the small box and, you know, fit in with the world around us. So I do that. And then the book club's kind of a way to like dip your toe in and just to see, you know, check out my vibe, check out the community of women that I work with. So, you know, if you're someone who is like on the spiritual path, you're on this path of really learning to love yourself again, or you want to find ways to really trust yourself again, or you're ready to move forward, like you're ready to let go of that thing in the past, that relationship or the pain of the past, and you're ready to move forward into yourself, like fully, whether it's your body, your mind, your energy, your goddess that you want to step into, like those are all the different ways you can work with me. But the book club kind of lets you in a little bit and you get like a glimpse of what it's like and what the vibe is like. And it's always safe and it's fun and it's challenging. It's for women who are they're ready to expand. They are ready. So if you're a little scared and you want to maybe do something, come join the book club. So the book club starts May 31st.
Okay.
And all the info on how to join it is on my website. It's very easy. It's a 7-week Sunday night Zoom book club. And there's about 10 to 15 women in the group. Yeah, and it's super fun. I'll have a Facebook group set up for it so we can all chat about the book along the way, and I'll have little challenges for you so you can be working on your 4 agreements and trying them out and just noticing where they're showing up in your life or where you're stuck. So that's coming up. And then I also wanted to mention that I have my Lucky 7 Reset, which is the 7 days of mostly plant-based, whole foods, sort of cleansing the body, resetting the organs, detoxifying for a week. And we were talking about before we came on live.
We were talking a little bit about our comfort foods, but I didn't tell you that at the beginning of home, I kept making as a side dish. Guess what my side dish was? Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire pudding. I was making Yorkshire pudding with turkey breast, with
it's
beef.
so comforting.
I was just like,
yes,
let's have some Yorkshire pudding. Yeah. So yeah. But anyways.
And like
I think a lot of people are ready for, yes, send me a reset. Tell me what.
Yeah, a little bit of a reset for the body. And like maybe there's a healthier version of Yorkshire pudding, because I hate teaching women that they need to deprive themselves. Like there's just always a healthier version of something. Or sometimes we just need to eat the damn Yorkshire pudding and it's going to be okay. Anyway, so that's coming up soon. I'm opening up a group for that on June 8th. So if anybody's interested in that, yeah, there's lots of ways that.
And I bet, does that info come through if they sign up to your newsletter? Will they get some of that info via email as well?
Yeah. So right now, so with this rebranded website, my first opt-in is a really delicious chocolate covered cherry smoothie recipe. It's really yummy. So that's my first opt-in. There are many more coming. They're in the works, but yes, that's the quickest way to get into my email list. And then you will, if anyone joins, they'll learn about all the other things going on, like the book club and HMR sessions and everything else I do, the goddess coaching. So that's like a quick, easy way in for now. And just a little spoiler alert, there's also a really yummy mint chocolate truffle recipe that comes along after the chocolate covered cherry smoothie, if you like chocolate. So I highly encourage you to sign up for that, because it's good. It's almost too good. My mint chocolate truffle is too good.
Dessert all day.
Dessert all day, yeah. We need our comforts right now, right?
We do.
We need them.
I'm so glad the nice weather is here, just sitting outside with some nice refreshing water and hanging out and getting some extra vitamin D and nature. We keep having these cardinals and blue jays in our backyard and other animals, but anyways, it's all good. So yeah. Well, it was so very nice to have you on today.
Thank you.
The Inspired Impact book series community is absolutely amazing. The sisterhood in that, I even remember, I mean, the last time we saw each other in person was at Visible in Philadelphia in 2018, September 2018. I know because I missed something very big in Ottawa to go to it, but I knew I had to be there with you women, and especially my mother had passed away suddenly that June.
That's right.
So again, like, I just knew I needed to be along, locking arms, holding hands with a sisterhood of women that care about me and community. And I will never ever forget that exercise that Kate Butler led us through, where we're all holding hands and just feeling that energy of this, with, you know, everyone taking that time to really just think loving thoughts and kind of bombarding, you know, bombarding everyone with their positive, loving support, right? It's it always blows me away, that muscle testing, whenever you're at an event and someone does the muscle testing where you're showing the negative feelings and the positive feelings towards people when you're bombarding with those. It just goes to show how much community and connection and support and just cheering for each other and being there for each other and all the things, right? So I'm so blessed to have met you. I'm so glad I said yes to Kate's book. I was in Women Who Inspire. I've got some of them back behind me, and so exciting that they got to bestseller with Women Who Rise last week, right? And Power will be coming out. So it's such a exciting community to be a part of. And then when you get to meet people like you and connect outside of the group, and, you know, it's really, really amazing. Thank you so very much. And again, I invite everyone to go to your website and sign up and get that information, get those recipes, and check out your book club and things like that. And we were saying we'll probably have another session like this where we might go through and do some specific like coaching on the 4 agreement stuff. So we've got some other stuff planned. So so thanks again
Thank you, Lisa. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much for inviting me here. This was so much fun, and I love your energy. I love working with you. So I know all of the sisters that are in your community are going to be women I love too. So thanks for inviting me into yours.
Oh, you're so very welcome. Thank you so much for coming. So I'm going to end this here, and I hope everyone has a lovely day. Be sure to say hi if you are catching the replay. And it's been so great to see you today.
You too, lovely.
Okay, have a lovely day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.